Each day, we take about 26,000 breaths, which is somewhere around 14,000 liters of air. And we should breathe from our stomach, not our chest. But when we're distracted, when we're stressed, when we're moving too fast, we tend to breathe from our chest. We take somewhere between 4 and 6 breaths a minute, but most of us on average take between 16 and 20 breaths a minute. And experts say that from our breathing, we should get 99% of our energy. And they say that most of us only access 10 to 20% of that energy. I mean, with all that all of us have going on every day, I mean, who actually thinks about their breathing?
Okay, so these are some interesting facts that are being shared with us right here. And the stat that it says that most of us, we end up taking in 12 to 16 breaths per minute. That's a lot. What we need to be doing is we should be taking in more like 5 to 7 breaths a minute. You can go online and do research, and you can find out just how important breathing is to our health. That when we take quick, shallow breaths, it ends up causing all sorts of physical ailments in us, and it can also cause mental stress. And so what I want us to try real quick, I want us to try something. We're going to try 2 different times that we are breathing. We're going to go for that 12 to 16 breaths in a minute. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to use that breathing wheel again. I'm just going to speed it up, and I want for you to breathe that quickly. Okay, let's just take 1 minute and do 12 to 16 breaths, and go. Okay, that was a lot of breaths. And mentally and physically, that is not a healthy way for us to be breathing. Now, let's not just only be talking about the science and the health of breath. Let's remember that we're talking about the word ruah, that very thing that God got down on his hands and knees, and he formed Adam, our first father, out of dust. But there was nothing inside this dust man, this dirt man. So what did God do? God breathed his Ruah into Adam and gave Adam life. Isn't it interesting that when we don't take in Ruah deeply, that it actually ends up threatening our well-being of life? It actually, doctors say that if you keep shallow breathing the wrong way for too long, that it actually takes years off of your life. So think about that for a minute. When we're not taking in God's Ruah as deeply as we should, it has a negative effect on life. All right, let's try it the other way around now. This time we're going to slow down that breathing wheel, and we're going to go for 5 to 7 breaths in 1 minute. And as you are breathing in, just don't only be breathing in and following that wheel. Also be meditating, also be pondering and thinking about the beauty of God's Ruah entering deep into you brings out life. Ready? Let's go.